Church is just footstool. Can I go further? And with the associates that he has with his big feet, he can kick any door in. Wherever you stuck at, he can kick the doors of your life in and bring in that dunamis. It's called the heavens being open. You're talking about kicking in some doors? Watch this, watch this. When the Lord come into our realm, some doors have been kicked open.
Yes.
Can I go further?
Yeah.
And it's only his feet gonna do it. Only his feet. You with me? That's why it's so important when it speaks about the feet part of the body of Christ.
Yes.
That all hell breaking loose and the feet still look like fine brass as it's still in the fire because God has filled his feet part of the body of Jesus with all the associates and dunamis to go through the great tribulation tearing things up.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah.
Are you with me?
Yes.
Oh. I see. When David was up here talking, Erica heard me over there and said, Lord, now I understand. Did you hear me?
Yes, I did.
Because I didn't talk to Erica. I didn't talk to David. I just sent out what was happening to them.
Right.
I didn't tell them the message or nothing. You want to know why I ain't tell them the message? You want to know why? I ain't know.
That's right.
I was right.
You want to know when I got the message? When I finished with the message, I started bugging Erica. That's when I finished the message. That was 2-something this morning.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
My wife and I had just laid down. And watch this. The Lord visited her last night. He visited her, and he visited me twice.
Wow.
Last night. And I don't sleep in his house.
No.
I don't sleep in her house. But he visited me twice and gave me the message. First of all, let me tell you what's going on before I get into the message. Last night on Facebook, I got a text stating that, hey, brother, could you help me out with some more food? Because you all helped me out before. Are you with me? Now watch this. The Bible says you ought to be as wise as serpents. So you got to start putting people. The Bible says, believe not every spirit, but try the spirit by the spirit to see whether it is of God. Are you with me? Watch this. And the person asks for a food box. I don't have a problem with that. I really don't.
No.
I really, really don't have a problem. It blesses me when I see stuff goes out in the help other people. Now watch this. Watch this. This is what happened though. She said that I'm in desperate need of, and my family is hungry. I said, we feed Saturdays. I said, at 5 o'clock, if you be there Saturday, you and your family will get a hot meal. You just text me and say you're hungry.
Right.
That should have been music to your ears.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yes.
Am I right? Well, she said, I was leaning more to the pantry side. I said, what? She said, I was leaning more to the pantry side. I said, but we have hot meals that everybody in your household, everybody that lives in your household, bring them with you. We're going to feed them. I said, do you accept my proposal? Or you have a problem with my proposal? You deny it? She said, yes, I recline it. I don't want it because I wanted the pantry. That told me you're not really hungry.
That's right.
For real.
Oh, yes, it is.
Can I go further? Well, she cut off her blessings.
Yes, she
Because
did.
when she came, she was going to get a hot meal and the pantry food.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes, she was going to get the meat and the stuff from the pantry, and we was going to feed the family.
Right.
But see how people try to control the church because they say, you're supposed to operate in love, so that means I can walk over you and tell you what I want. It don't work here.
No.
And we still saved.
That's right.
The Bible says feed you.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Yes.
And all I'm supposed to do is worry about you for today, but if you come here today, that means I can give you for the rest of the time too.
Yeah.
But you cut your own throat. Am I right?
Yes.
So what you do in ministry is you have to minister with a rope. Fishermen have fishing string,
That's right.
and they give them enough of a rope, then they reel them in. Am I right? Well, how you reel them in? You hang them.
Yeah.
Watch this, watch this. Jesus gave Judas rope,
Yes, he did.
but Judas hung himself.
Yes, he did.
Are you with me now? So let's get into the message because I wanted you to know that we are not hard-hearted people.
No.
We care about people. But watch this, we're going to be accountable for what
That's
God
right.
put us in trust.
Yes,
for.
yes, yes.
We're going to be accountable. As long as I have breath in my body, I am.
Yes.
And if anybody got a problem with that, you'll be all right. Don't put your hands on me. You better pray about it. You hear me? Because if you put your hands on me, I'm going to pray about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to pray about it. And watch this. I believe in the power.
Yes.
So I'm going to pray.
Yep.
And I ain't going to ever doubt it. So watch this. You're ready for me to touch you than God. But I refuse to put my
That's
hands
right.
on you. So I'm going to let him deal with you. And it's a terrible thing to fall into the hands of an angry God. Because he said, touch not my prophet.
That's what it says.
Yes. Yeah.
Are you with me?
That's true.
So last night the Lord came to me after I had a lovely romantic night. Yeah, see. Watch this. I'm called and chosen of God, but I still got a wife too.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And ministry takes up a whole heap of bunch. Not a whole lot, a whole heap of bunch of my time. Am I right, man? A whole heap of bunch that sometime in ministry it seems like you're ignoring your wife and you're putting everything else before your wife. But I have to be responsible first to him because the Bible
That's
says
right.
you can't be my disciple if you can't love your wife less.
That's right.
But then he'll give you a break in between to spend intimacy with
Yes.
your wife. So last night we had, this is your life at my house. And it was lovely. So after 4 hours of this is your life, I had to get back into 2. And I was tired, because I had a long day. Me and Tommy running around, then coming home, barbecuing, making a romantic dinner for my wife, and popcorns and movies and all that. You hear me? So I needed some sleep then. So the Lord will allow you. Have you ever been so tired, but you got something to do, studies and all this, and you be kind of afraid? I got to use that word. That if I fall asleep, I'm going to go into comatose.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
But you get 15 minutes
Yeah.
and be right back up like you done slept hours. Anybody ever experienced that?
Yes.
I mean, be right back up and watch this in the Lord. Everything be falling right in place because you did it His way.
That's right.
Nah. See, y'all don't know. It's how you fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
If you fall asleep saying, I know I'm asleep all night. I don't go to sleep like that.
No.
I go to sleep like this saying, Lord, you know what I got to do.
Yeah. Right.
Because when I went to sleep, I didn't have the message. So in my sleep, he said, you got time for me?
Yeah.
I said, more intimacy?
Yeah.
I said, oh boy, this is my life. Well, so he moves in.
Yes.
Can I go further? When God come in, he come in for the victory.
Yes.
So he started talking to me about the message today, and this is what he showed me. I and my family, and it was a little skinny girl that was my girlfriend. She was about Debbie height, but she wasn't Debbie, but she was thin. And it was a fight broke out behind my house with some people that I knew all my life. With the people in my house. The fight was between the two households. I wasn't involved. But the people in my house had killed 3 of her sons. Killed them. And she said, I'm going to get you. And we knew she was connected with ISIS. It was that plain. Listen to me, people. You the house that I was living in. This is the house that was in my dream. God was showing me that that's going to come to our front door. God was showing me that that was going to come to our front door. I don't know if it's the United States or just here,
Right.
but it's a warning.
Yeah,
It's a warning for us to get prepared.
that's right. Well,
It's a warning. And then when I got up, I had the message. He told me to go to Genesis chapter 24. Can I go further? I say he visited me twice, didn't I? So when I went back to sleep for another couple of minutes, he said, he showed me a minister that I used to minister with in Miami. And I bumped into him. I said, where are you pastoring now? He told me he was pastoring at one of the ladies, Miss Shirley, beauty salon. They was having church there. And then he said, but we just bought a building over here. So he gave me the keys to the building and said, go check it out. But he never told me people was living in the building. So when I get in the building, about 5 people rushed and surround me and was about to do me bodily harm. And I knew one of them. And I called his name. I said, man, me and you went to school together. He said, what school we went to together? And I named the school. He said, okay, you Terry, huh? I said, yeah. They was on the lower side. Are you with me? I have found a safe haven. Remember the first time it was hostile.
Yes.
The second time, now it's a safe haven.
Right.
And no harm. But it seemed like harm was coming to me at first in the second dream. But then I knew the person and I told him where I knew him. And watch this. It got so comfortable in there that I started looking around and started ministering to people, and they gave me an invite saying, is there any way you can start ministering here? Because we are knowledgeable of what God is doing through you. We just didn't know that that was you. This is what the dream was about. They say, we just didn't know it was you. And I said, but I'm ministering at Grace Message Church. I say, and I can't neglect that responsibility. I said, but I can tell you what I can do. I said, I can accommodate you twice a week. And I woke up. No, before I woke up, here's the funny part of the dream. For some reason, I was going to play basketball. And I don't play basketball. So I had on some 1977 shorts. That come way up here. Yeah. So all my little chicken legs were showing. And they was picking at me in the dream. Then I woke up. Are you with me? This is what God showed me. But the night before, and I started to share this with my wife, but I didn't. When God shows you things, it doesn't mean it's going to happen exactly the
That's
way
right.
you see it. It
That's
doesn't
right.
mean. Because I seen Grace Message Church in Fort Fairfield while we were still in Caribou.
Yes.
And I saw Grace Message Church in Fort Fairfield big. You with me? I didn't know it was going to be worldwide. I
Right.
just thought it was going to be big in
Yeah.
Fort.
Yeah.
You hear me? So I saw it the way he presented it to me, but the way God presented it to you, it doesn't mean it's going to happen that exact way, but he's trying to show you the bigger picture that's about to come. And sometimes our little puny minds get in the way of what he's trying to show us, and we'll say, God can't use me that big.
Oh.
So it's only going to be in Fort Fairfield. Are you with me so far?
Yep.
But it actually, the vision or what he showed me actually came to pass.
Yes, it did.
Are you with me? So let me show you what he showed me 2 days ago, so when it comes to pass, you'll remember it. Because last time I kept it to myself. No, I think I told you. Yeah, I told you. And it came to pass. So here's the one he showed me 2 days ago. And I started to tell my wife, but I kept it to myself. He showed me that we bought this building. This whole building, upstairs, everything. That office and the one we used to be in. But part of the deal was this. We'll buy the building, but when we get the building, everybody got to be out of this building.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want no tenants.
Yeah.
So he struck the deal. He told all of them upstairs they had to go. He told them next door they had to go. Are you with me?
Mm-hmm.
We pushed down this wall here, and the sanctuary was further this way. And the feeding part was back there. All that was feeding part back there. And the building over the room that we used to be in, we set that up for men that didn't have shelter.
Mm.
And it was only overnight. You could come there at 5 o'clock, get a hot meal, spend the night, 8 o'clock in the morning, you gotta go. Until 5 o'clock the next day. The reason why you have to go so you can go out and try to come up on your own.
Right.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
But the apartments upstairs, we connected all of them together, and there was women working there. I mean, living there.
Yeah.
Women and children that didn't have a place to live, we sheltered them up there, and we fed them too. Are you with me? This is what God showed me 2 days ago, and this is what we've been praying about.
Yes.
Remember, we saying we was asking God for a
Right.
building, and we was praying about it. So He showed me this. I can't tell you when it's coming to pass. I'm just sharing it with you, like Joseph shared it with his brother.
Yes.
Yeah. But yet it comes to pass.
But it comes to pass. Now watch this, watch this. God was blessing us so much that we had openings for 4 permanent positions.
Mm.
We had 2 for men and 2 for women to work in.
Mm-hmm.
And we matched the salaries that you was working on your job.
Mm.
And it was tax free.
Oh, glory.
You ain't had to pay no taxes.
Oh, glory to God.
All you had to do is spend the night in there and watch the ladies. In the upstairs, they had to be men. But the key was no drugs,
Yeah.
no smoking in our building. You ain't got to be saved for us to shelter you. Are you with me?
Mm-hmm.
But all the way across here to that office right there was the sanctuary.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
I told you. So when I heard God talking to them, I said, Lord, now I understand.
Mm-hmm.
You remember me saying that? I said, Lord, now I understand. Are you with me? So in today I come to teach. That's usual. Before I start teaching, can I get some coffee, please?
Yes.
Yeah. Can sweet.
Yes, sweet, sweet.
See, because no. right here. Back up. It's already clean and everything. When I was growing up in my household, I have an older brother on my mother's side. We grew up in the house together. He used to whoop my butt. Like I was the little kid that stole his bicycle that lived down the street. I'm getting to the message. I'm just trying to wait for him to go. I mean, he used to beat me, you hear me? And I thank God for this. I ain't talking about with a belt. I'm talking about punching me in my head and everything. Made me lay down on the ground and say, You hear me? You know how you used to fight your brothers and your sisters. You know that. You with me? And I never thought about how it made your parents feel. I never ever, all I thought about is I got to hurt you the way you hurt me. So that put the parent in a predicament to say, whose side I'm going to choose. We never even thought about that. So here I'm trying to hurt my big brother. So every now and then I get a good lick off of him. You with me? But after I hit him so hard, I be so scared because I know something else coming. You hear me? I mean, then he comatized me. You hear me? So, but my mom was screaming to the top of her voice at both of us. We never stopped for a moment to think about what we was doing to her. Are y'all with me? So why are you fighting me and I'm fighting you? And we ain't thinking about what we're doing to God.
That's right.
Because both of us praying to him, get them. Now, who do you expect Albert to get when both of you belong to him? Wow. We never stopped to think about that. Our goal was just to let you know that I'm right and I'm bad at you. That was our goal. Oh yeah, this is the message. I'm in the message now. And I'm going to back it up scripture. Can I go further? Yeah. Favor isn't fair.
That's right.
Because you're the oldest, that don't mean the favor for you.
That's right. That's right.
I'm going to say that again. Favor is not fair. Can I go further? If you're favored by God, it'll make your brother that sit next to you, that prays the same Father every day, jealous of you.
Yes.
It'll make them hate you because they wish you good out of their mouth. But in their hearts, they're saying, I hate you. Or they're saying, why everything good always happen to you? That's a good question. Am I right? I can answer that. Well, God said to Cain, if you do well. Are you with me? No. You mind if I take my time?
No, not at all.
And we didn't say please do. I'm going slow enough, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's my intentions today. I'm not in a rush. We don't get out till 11 o'clock. Yes, I feel like stopping.
If you are, I go out that door. If you're rushing, I'll go out that door with nothing.
Are you with me so far? Now watch this. In Genesis chapter 24, we're going to look at verse 36. Y'all don't Courtney look pretty today?
Yes, she
Yeah.
is.
You actually gorgeous today. And your shoes match.
Yeah.
That's not a joke.
No.
That's for real. You
That's
look gorgeous
sincere.
today. Look at Erica, got jealous. She gonna catch me later and say, well, I ain't no good.
She's not too.
Huh? No, she's old. Yeah.
But time out. But I'm always on. Courtney's just today.
Now y'all see what I go through. If I get her a compliment, Courtney will say, what? You mad at me?
I said,
Are you with me so far? But watch this. I don't choose neither one over the other one.
No.
I hurt her feelings and I hurt her feelings too. Are you with me so far?
Yeah.
In Genesis chapter 24, verse 36, it reads like this. And the church, as barren as she was for 90 years, and you wondering when God gonna answer your prayer. She went through it 90 years. 90 years. Watch this, watch this. How do you receive a promise from God and have to wait for it 90 years? And you worrying about because somebody spoke something over you last week and it ain't coming to pass yet.
That's so true.
Yeah,
it is.
I'm going to say that again. I believe in the power and I'll never ever
doubt.
For real? For real? I'm going to say it again. 90 years. Never, ever doubt it. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Trying to make it come to pass doesn't mean you doubt it.
Right.
right.
You believe what he says, so you trying to help him out. Not knowing that he don't need your help.
That's right.
When you try to help him out, you just gonna make a mess.
That's right.
And the church is good for making a mess.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's called a pot of goulash.
Yes.
And everybody like goulash.
Yeah.
Because it got so much meat in there.
Different stuff.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
That's the church #1 meal. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
It says, now Sarah, my master's wife. Who's your master? Okay, let me change that. Who's your Lord? So it's talking about the bride.
That's right.
Am I right? The bride looked so barren. I heard. Watch this, watch this. It says, she that is barren had more children than the one that had the husband. Am I in the book?
That's what it says.
Watch this, watch this. It's actually saying Hagar was overpopulated more than the true wife was. So stop judging by the congregations that got the many numbers.
That's right.
Sarah always looked barren for a long time, but Sarah actually was the chosen or the favorite for 90 years. 90 years she looked like she was the mistake. And the one that was deceitful was picking at the one, watch this, the one that was deceitful and got pregnant or was multiplying just like that, start making fun of the true wife. Anybody making fun of you? About where you worship at?
Yes.
They say, y'all crazy over there, am I right? You ain't got, the first thing they always ask is, how many people y'all got over there?
Always. They sure do.
You with me? So that's what Hagar was asking Sarah. Hagar was saying, how many children you got? I got your husband child right here. Right here. You with me? And that's what the churches are doing around here to us. But you got to know that you're highly favored.
Yes.
And you're chosen.
Yes. Yes.
Because their design is, watch this, to make you flee. But you got to make Hagar flee.
Yes. That's right.
Because the husband said, she's your servant. Do with her as you want to. Oh, y'all missed it. Am I going too fast?
No.
Unlimited?
No.
It says this, and Sarah, my master's wife, bare a son, finally, you hear me? To my master, when she was
90.
not a young tender Roman.
No.
See what? It said, oh, those fighting words to a woman.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Especially if you're a slave or a servant. And you said, my master wife old. They're going to put you in the stocks. Am I right? They're going to mistreat you some kind of way. He called this woman old. It says this, when she was old, and unto him had he given all that he had. Y'all know this already, am I right? Y'all know that already, am I right? Okay, so let's break this down, all right? Are you with me so far? He did not give Isaac all he had until Isaac actually was 40. Before then, everything was Isaac's, but it wasn't in Isaac's control yet. Isaac was 40. I'm going to say it again. Isaac was 40. How can you tell that Isaac was 40? Well, I'm glad you asked me that. Because Genesis chapter 25, verse 20 tells me that he was 40 when he got with Rebekah. That's Genesis chapter 25, verse 20. It says, watch this. He was 40. Am I right? Well, it says he was 40 when he got with Rebekah, not received this stuff. Am I right? Well, if you look at verse 5 in chapter 25, it says, and Abraham gave Isaac only all that he had.
Yeah.
Are you with me? Am I right?
Yeah.
Now watch this. Are you with me so far?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to do a little bit of math. I'm going to count dollars and make sense. Are you with me so far? Isaac was 40. Am I right? So that means Abraham was really old then. Because Abraham now was 140. Because he had Isaac when he was 100.
Yeah.
Are you with me so far? Okay. The reason why it mentions these numbers, it mentions these numbers for a reason. Isaac was 40. Am I right? So watch this. They was running a relay. You with me?
Yeah.
Abraham started off like, you hear me? You know how when you show off, you with me? When you show off, when you're supposed to be, you run like this, am I right? But when you show off, you got all this good. But you run in the race, but you hear me? Until his name changed.
Yeah.
All of this stuff and trying to just get there.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Watch this. Because when you're young, you're dumb.
Yes.
And you do dumb things. I'm talking about in the Lord too.
Yes.
Because I'm going in there, and you ain't in my Lord, they're going in there. But you go in there and get beat up, and you wonder what's happened. You ain't seasoned yet. When they say Abraham was old, he was seasoned yet.
Right.
Are you with me? So watch this. Abraham being 149, he's running a relay. And he's to the point there when he got the baton going like this.
Yes.
This is what's going on right here. He's passing it to Isaac. Are you with me? Do you have something to pass along to whom God put in your life? Do you? Okay, I heard. Watch this. Because your life is not your life. If you save or not,
That's right.
it's not your life. You just think you in control. If you save or not, you just think you in control. Are you with me? Have you ever tried to do something that didn't work? And you know it was supposed to go the other way? And you end up going the other way when you try to make it go this way? You ain't in control. Can I explain why I say that?
Yes.
Because what I do and what takes place in my life affects all y'all.
That's true.
Can I go further?
Yeah.
What you do in your life and what takes place in your life affects me. See what love is and close knit? Those three chords. So if something happened to her, it takes. I'm her husband, but it's gonna take a toll on all of
Yes,
y'all.
it is. That's right.
You ever had somebody that's supposed to have been here that day
Yes.
and they didn't come,
Yeah.
and the service wasn't the same?
Yeah. That's right.
Are you understanding me?
That's right.
Yeah.
I see.
Your life affects my life. My life affects yours. Your life affects Debbie. Your life affects.
Yes.
We are
Every
knitted
one of
together.
us.
You are born or on this earth to prepare who's coming behind you. And in the process of being prepared of who's coming behind you, God gonna bless you if you stay on course.
Yes. Yes.
Can I go further? How you prepare the person that comes behind you is you got to go through it first. So you can tell them how you got over it.
Yes.
And how you got out, how you was blessed, how
Yes.
God was faithful.
Yes.
Can I go deeper now? For the Bible says that Isaac was 40. The number 40 means trials, probation, and testing. Everything that Abraham and Abraham went through. Am I still in the book? Because if we turn over to Genesis chapter 21, we're going to look at some of them. 40 means what?
Probation.
Probation and testing.
Right. Didn't Abraham and Abraham went through that? Now, if we look at Genesis chapter 21, verse 9. Y'all still with me? I'm trying to wait for Lily to turn up. You there? Oh yeah, I'm gonna wait on you this
I was
morning.
waiting.
I know, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
waiting.
wait on you this morning. Wanna know why?
Right.
Because I love you.
Okay.
Are you with me? Now watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. You affect me, I'm gonna say it again, and I affect you. Then you affect Donna. No matter how aggravating Donna is. Donna, Dave affect you. No matter how aggravating Dave is. You with me? It's something in there for you, and there's something in there for you. Are you with me? Can I show it to you? Watch this. Because the Lord told Abraham that, what I just said. And the Lord told Sarah that, what I just said. And the Bible says, out of the mouth of two or more witnesses, let every word be established. Can I? Well, Jamie, what you talking about? If the Lord told Abraham, and if the Lord told Sarah, that's still the same person telling both of them. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? No, this ain't a trick question. It's just the Lord telling both of them. Am I right? No, they concurred with them. Want me to tell you how they concurred? Because the Lord said, you're going to have a son. And the Bible says, Abraham laughed.
Yeah.
Then it says, the Lord told Sarah. And the Bible says, she laughed too.
That's right.
Am I right? Are you still with me?
Yes.
So watch this. The proof had to be in the pudding. So when Isaac got in the presence of, when Ishmael got in the presence of Isaac, he laughed too.
Yeah.
it says he marked him.
Mhm.
Mark and laugh is the same Hebrew word.
Mhm.
The same Hebrew word. Okay? Watch this. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Watch this. Let me show you why Ishmael was marking on laughing Isaac. Because I'm older than you.
Mm.
And so, if God spoke a promise on you, little brother, I'm going to mark you. Let me change the word mark, imitate.
Mm.
He was imitating how Isaac was going to be walking. You hear me? So that's why when Sarah saw him imitating or marking the promise, she said, cast out the bondwoman and her son, for he will not inherit my son's promise. So he was imitating Isaac receiving the promise. So Sarah said, you got to go, because you got that thing down pat and you almost look like Isaac. So me being the church, I got to watch over my promise seed that I finally got. You got to go. That's why it says this. It says imitate. Am I in the book?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you with me? Isaac had no idea of what's going on. He just was favored.
Yep.
And favor is not fair.
Mm.
Am I right? Now, watch this. How you love me, kick me out, and I was here first, but keep this joker. Is he your son? Am I your son?
Mm.
So that gives you the right to choose between, wait a minute, you mean you let that heifer make the decision? Oh yeah, she's a heifer because she's not his mom.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I get this thing real?
Yes.
You ain't gonna call your mama a heifer. Am I right? He was saying, you gonna let her make the decision? I'm not her child, I'm yours.
Mm. Yeah.
And watch this, it was playing on Abraham.
Mhm.
That Abraham went to God and said, why you gonna use Isaac? They go Ishmael. Y'all know that, right?
Mm.
Abraham went to God and said, why can't you use Ishmael instead of them? That God had to tell Abraham, hearken unto the voice of your wife. God, in other words, God said, kick that imitator out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Isaac is the real McCoy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have certain people that know how to walk Christian. You have certain people that know how to talk Christian, but they are just
Yeah.
markers, imitators, laughing at what we're doing, and don't know that this is a way of life.
Yes.
That's good.
And watch this. And watch this. Watch this. Even though he stayed in the house 13 years, I'm talking about Ishmael. 13 years. Finally, when Isaac reached 8, Ishmael gotta go. Because it's the circumcision that makes the separation.
Yes.
When he reached 8, he was circumcision. Now, Ishmael gotta go. Because he only fleshy. Am I still in the book? Am I boring? No. See, God sent me here to try to show y'all. I'm standing here trying to teach people how to see the scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
Are you with me? So watch this. Watch this. So this testing, this probation, and these trials was now passed to Isaac. Are you with me?
Mm-hmm.
So the 9th verse reads this. It says, and Sarah saw the son of Hagar, because Abraham was dead, so it was only Hagar's son. It wasn't Abraham's son. So she said, that's only Hagar's son.
Mm-hmm.
So Sarah said, it says, by her being the Egyptian, it says, and she said, and she had, okay, let me stop. It said, because I'm excited. It said, and Sarah saw the son of Hagar, the Egyptian, which she bore unto Abraham, marking. Watch this. She talking, when she say Abraham, she talking about her husband now. Because when he was born, it was Abraham.
Right.
She saying, my husband. It said, wherefore she said unto Abraham, get rid of that thinking woman, or that bound conversational woman. You ever been around someone that grew up in the church with you and all they speak is bound stuff?
Yes. Oh yeah.
That it comes to a point that you don't even want to talk to them because you know they coming with something negative.
Mm.
Are you with me? It said those people got to go. And the seeds that they bringing forth. Talking about the words. You with me? Don't accept and don't agree with them. I don't care. You still gonna be saved.
That's right.
You still gonna be saved, but you training them.
That's right.
Am I right? But watch this. Watch this. Ishmael had more sense than his mama. The seed had more sense than the church. Can I go further? The seed at least learned how to mark the promise.
Right.
He walked like he was. You hear me? But the mama just was nasty and bound. Are you seeing it?
Yes.
So this was passed on to Isaac.
Yeah.
Can I show you what was passed on to us? Two seeds fighting each other.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Isaac was one seed, Ishmael was one. So now it's Isaac's time to go through that with Esau
Yes.
and Jacob.
Yeah.
So the baton was, he was
Yeah.
in past the baton mode. You hear me? That's why I waited till he got 40.
Yeah.
Because anything younger would have killed him. You want to know why? Because he already was hurt because Sarah was gone.
Right.
She died.
Right.
So it had to wait till he got 40. Old enough. You with me? Because he was a mama's boy. He was 35 sleeping in bed with mama.
Yes, he was.
35. Are you with me so far? Are you still with me? So watch this. In Genesis chapter 25, I said 25?
Yeah.
Verse 21. In Genesis chapter 25, verse 21. I said 25?
Yeah.
It says verse 21 through 23. It says, now it's Isaac time. It says, Isaac entreated the Lord for his barren Sarah.
Yeah.
Am I in the book?
Yeah.
Isaac had to do what Abraham had to do.
Yeah.
So watch this. And see, why I call Rebecca Sarah, because it said, and Rebecca went into Sarah's tent,
Yes.
not into her own.
Right.
You with me? I'm going to say it again. You're preparing somebody way to come behind you. So that means you got to stay on your course, or the person that comes behind you going to be afflicted. You too focused on who coming behind you instead of you walking your own course. You stay on your own course and watch this. It's going to be passed to them once you get seasoned. Nothing got passed until he got seasoned. Are you with me so far? It says here, it says that in verse 20, it says, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to be his wife. Verse 21, and Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, Sarah. Rebekah in Sarah's tent, because she was barren just like Sarah was.
Mm-hmm.
Now here's here's the strange thing about it. How could you tell she was barren? She was a young tenderoni.
Right. Right.
Sarah was old.
Yes.
It didn't say Rebecca was old. She was a tenderoni. What's a tenderoni? It says she was young.
That's puppy breath.
She was so young that she needed a nurse.
Yes.
But she had a testimony because she was 10.
Yeah.
And the testimony was this: I'm favored just like my husband. Can I go further? I'm going to say it again. She was 10, but he was 40. Watch this. The husband got to go through the trials and the tribulations and the probation while the wife just has the testimony. Have you ever been paying tithes but somebody else that you're married to been reaping the blessing? I paid tithes for years
Yes.
and was married to Trisha, and Trisha didn't believe in paying tithes, but she got the blessing
Yeah. Yeah.
and testified by it. You keep paying your tithes, but the Lord keeps blessing me. In my face.
Yeah.
So you know what I did? I said, can I get $100? She gave it to me. No, she gave it to me. I said, see, I got mine too. Are you understanding? I'm going to say it again. The husband is built for lifting. And I ain't always talking about physical things. I'm talking about spiritual. But the wife always got a testimony as long as her husband stay on point. Are you with me so far? It says that the young tenderoni in verse 21, it says, and she finally conceived, watch this, by Isaac's prayer. Y'all missed that for years. Am I right? Isaac was the one that prayed to God that his wife could get pregnant. Isaac was. You want to know why Isaac prayed? Because Rebecca had no idea of who God was. She just got there. She came from an idolatrous place where Laban them was.
Yeah.
Where God called Abraham out of out of Macedonia. Am I saying that right? God, that's where he went and got her from. So she ain't had no idea of the God of Abraham. So the one that know him had to pray to him, the bless who he's connected with, so she could have a strong testimony. Are you with me so far? Am I boring y'all?
No.
Now here's the thing, the marking part. You hear me? The trials and tribulation and the temptation. Because Isaac being 40. Watch this. Isaac fought with his brother Ishmael. So now Isaac prayed to God, his wife pregnant. But they didn't wait to be born. They started fighting in the womb. 2 fetuses.
Yeah.
So if you ever wondered, was there life in the womb?
Yeah.
Here's something to back it up with.
Exactly.
So if you have an abortion, while you pregnant and say, no, this ain't life, the Bible just said they was fighting.
Yeah.
Can I go further? You only fight something that you know that's there. It didn't say Rebecca was fighting them. It said both of them in there knew that both of them was in there. And it said, I must destroy you while you are in the matrix. Have you ever had somebody to fight you in the womb of this church? That try to destroy you in the womb of the church? Welcome to the womb of the church. So if you're fighting someone sitting in here, you're fighting in the womb like Esau and Jacob was in the womb. This is the womb. You want me to tell you why it's the womb? Watch this. Watch this. Because we in here together. Now let me put some water on you. Now watch this, because I'm already pouring water on you.
Yes,
But
you're
watch this, watch this, watch this. But when you give birth, you could go your separate ways.
Yes.
But we ain't gone separate ways yet. Are you still with me? Watch this, watch this, watch this. Even as a fetus, the fetus knows whom is favored. They was this big in their fighting, like cats and dogs. Why? Because Esau know the favor that was on Jacob in the womb. And you're wondering why you're fighting your brother today. It's because favor. And favor brings jealousy. And favor brings hatred on the one that notice that favor is upon you. You are supposed to be hated by those that have been rejected, even if they're still in the same household of God. Because this was, it's a family affair. It's a family affair. Then he said, my child grows up to be. Watch this, he only named one of them. But it's a family affair. Are you with me so far? That went way over according to your head.
Yeah.
Are you with me so far? Are you seeing what Abraham was passing to Isaac at 40? You with me? First of all, Rebecca had to comfort him. And the only way she could have comforted him is in Sarah's tent.
Yeah.
Okay, let me show you what was going on there. Let me show you. Because, watch this. Okay, this is an illustration, okay? Because my wife cooked good for me. But suppose I was mama boy. And I look at my wife and say, you call this macaroni and cheese? My mama ain't make macaroni and cheese like this. Am I right? So suppose he said, well, why don't you go get your mammy to make you something?
That's right.
Am I making sense?
Yeah.
But I'm trying to put her in the place of my mom.
Yeah.
Am I right? That's what Isaac did.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You understand that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what Isaac did.
Yeah.
Are you with me? Okay, mama taught me certain things, but mama ain't got nothing to do with this no more.
Right. Right.
Right. That's so true. Yeah.
Because she tried that before. And I told y'all the story, so I ain't going there. Are you with me so far? Okay, now, we understand Isaac, age and all that, am I right? But Abraham was 140.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to Genesis chapter 24, verse 36, am I right? At this time, 24:36. You already got it written down.
Yeah.
That's where we started.
Scripture.
That's where we started at. Genesis 24:36. Okay, now it's Abraham time. It don't name Abram, it name Abraham. Am I right? Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
How are you gonna say I'm right and he ain't got his name there at all?
His name.
See how people do? Now watch this. I'm going to show you where Abraham's name is. It says, and she was old, and unto him is Abraham, had he, Abraham again, given all that, no, him, okay, wait a minute. And she was old, and unto him, you with me? That's Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
Had he, that's Abraham, given all that he, Abraham again. You see it?
Yeah.
So the two he's is Abraham, and the him is Isaac. Are you with me so far?
Mm-hmm.
Am I on point right now?
Yes.
Okay, so Abraham at this point was 140. I tried to find so very diligently. I said diligently.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to find the meaning of the number 140, and I just, I went on the internet, I searched all over. I searched high and low. Still couldn't find a definition. Nobody greater Now watch this, watch this. So that means you have to separate the two
Yes.
numbers.
Right.
So watch this. 100 means, watch this, Abraham had the children of promise.
Right.
Yep.
As soon as he cast out the bondwoman and her son. Only thing left is the children of promise. Am I right? Watch this. And the only reason Isaac was there because he was under the election of grace.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the two meanings of the number 100. Are you with me so far? Well, watch this. Remember, I said he was 140. So that means the 40 was the trials, the probation, and the testing that I already just showed you that Abraham passed to Isaac. Can I go further? Can I go further? Abraham, or Abram, before he became Abraham, was tested in Egypt.
Yeah.
Why? Because I got hungry, bro. You got any sandwiches? No, see, y'all laughing, but
I know.
because of famine,
Yes.
Abraham was tested in Egypt.
Yes.
It says it was a famine in the land, and he went down to Egypt.
Yes.
Am I right? And then there was another famine in the land. Abraham was tested with the famine. So, Abraham was tested with the famine. So that means Abraham had to be tested with the famine too. Am I right? But Abraham didn't go down to Egypt. He went to, watch this, Abimelech.
Yeah.
In the promised land.
Yeah.
Can I go further? Because of the change of his characters and authority, he couldn't go down to Egypt when he was Abraham. He had to go to Abimelech
Oh.
in the promised land. But as long as he was Abraham, he was able to go down because he still was down. You with me?
Wow.
So when Isaac was born and a famine in the land came, God said, you can't go down. Because you ain't going to go through no change. You're already who you are. So it said Isaac went to Abimelech. Like regenerated Abraham did. Isaac's name never was changed.
No.
So God told him, don't go down to Egypt. You're not in the state of Abraham. You're in the state of Abraham. Who passed you the blessing wasn't Abraham. Who passed you the blessing was Abraham. So you only go to Abimelech in your family. Are you with me so far? Can I back that up another way? Jacob had to go through a change. So he was able to go down to Egypt. Like Abraham went down to Egypt. You with me? But watch this. Israel came out of Egypt to go back to the promised land. Y'all missed that, I think. Want me to say it again?
Yeah.
Okay, here it go. Here it go again. The first famine that Abraham, before he was changed to Abraham, the first famine he went through, the Bible says he went down to the world system. He depended on the world instead of in the place of promise.
Right.
He wasn't equipped enough to stand on the promises. Are you with me so far? But when he underwent his change from Abraham to Abraham, he went in the promised land to Abimelech, king of the Philistines.
Yeah.
He stayed standing on the promise, no matter how bad it got. He stayed right there. Right, but in the promise. Isaac's name never changed. So that means he couldn't go down to the world when the famine came.
Right.
Even before the famine came, Abraham made his oldest servants promise that you'll never take my son backwards. Are you with me? So when the famine came in Isaac's life, he went to Abimelech in the promise too. He stood on the promise. You with me?
Yep.
But when Jacob ran, he went down. He went backwards. But then when his name was changed, he was headed back to the promised land.
Yeah.
He was able to go down because he didn't go through the change yet. I'm talking about Jacob.
Yeah, I know.
But Isaac couldn't go down. That when the famine came in his life, God showed up and said, don't you go down to Egypt. God showed up and said, do not go down to Egypt. Stay right here. I got you. I'm going to say it again. I believe in the power, and I never ever doubt him. So when it get bad in your life, and God says, stay right here, would you stand? Can I go further? See, when we talk about the famine in Isaac's life, we only thinking about Isaac. Everything Abraham had was now Isaac. The maid servants, the men servants, watch this, the cattle, and all of that stuff Isaac had to provide for, watch this, in a time of famine. Can I go further? Even water. That's the hardest substance to find.
Most valuable.
Yeah. You want to know why? Because the water going to keep your cattle and all of that alive. Not fed, alive. Are you with me? The water's going to keep your maid and your men servant alive. And you too, because we eat the cattle.
That's right.
Are you with me? So watch this. Am I losing you? I'm going slow enough?
Yes.
Okay, now watch this. You understand it so far?
Because they're already in the promise.
Yeah.
They're standing on the promise.
Yeah, but his name didn't need to be changed.
No, because
So he don't go backwards.
right.
He always go forward.
Right. Yes.
Are you with me so
Abraham's
far?
name was changed, so he got association. He was blessed by association
Who?
from his father,
Who?
Isaac. Abraham.
No, he was blessed by favor.
Right.
And election of God.
Okay.
Are you with me? I'm going to say it again. You being blessed is not for you. It's for the person you're going to pass it to.
Right.
Can I go further? All the trials and testing and tribulations you went through, it's not for you. It's for who coming up behind you. And you got to teach them what you went through, so when it come their time, they could stand and go through it like you did. And let them depend upon the same God. Watch this, because you don't see Ishmael going through this.
No.
Only Isaac.
Right.
Are you with me so far? Now, watch this. Are you with me so far? Are you with me so far? Because of all this favor on Isaac's life, it says, Ishmael mocked him or imitated him. If you realize it or not, somebody you be around trying to act like you. Somebody in your life trying to act like you. Somebody. If they see the favor on you. If they see the favor of God on you, they're trying to imitate you. Can I go further? Because who don't want to be favored?
Right.
Who don't want to be favored? So if they see favor on your life, watch this. It's either. It's not either. It's both. It's not an either. You get both sides of the coin. You get the haters, and you get the imitators.
Yeah.
You get both of them. Whether you want it or not.
That's right.
Can I go further? I prefer the haters. Because the imitators going to try to kill you. Well, Jim, that's kind of confusing.
Now it's
watch this. The imitator's gonna always try to take your place because they always kill the king
Yes.
to take the king's place.
Yeah.
Watch this. The person that's coming behind you ain't gonna try to kill you because they need you that bad. Are you with me so far?
Yeah.
Okay, now, watch this. Watch this. Are you with me? Are you with me so far?
Yes.
So if I got to say it again. Abraham was 140 years old. And when he gave Isaac everything, which Genesis chapter 24 verse 36 said, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
This took place in the old age of Abraham, which I could back up right now in Genesis chapter 25. I'm finna stop, y'all. In Genesis chapter 25, we're going to start with verse 5. It says, and Abraham gave all that he had unto only one of his sons. Can I tell you what was going on in Genesis chapter 24? Sarah was already dead. Abraham had already took another wife, and she smelled so good that he just couldn't keep his hands off her. That he was like, she was popping pills out. She was popping out the children of the East.
Yes.
You with me? Let me explain what I'm talking about. All right? Okay, because in verse 6 it says this, but unto the sons of the concubines, which Abraham had, Abraham only gave them gifts and sent them away from Isaac while Abraham lived. He sent them eastward. So they became the children of the east. Watch this. The children of the east always fought against the promise. What you think going on over there in the Middle East right now?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a family affair. Are you with me? This family fighting family.
Yeah.
The carnal, non-spiritual sons is, watch this, sons of Abraham are fighting the promised seed of Abraham. Can I go further? Because they read from a carnal book called the Quran.
Right.
Yeah.
We read from a spiritual book called the Bible.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
Ishmael is trying to kill Isaac today.
Yeah.
Can I go further? That's why Israel was afraid when he was coming back from Laban's house.
Yes.
Because Esau and the children of the east was coming to get him. You with me? When he heard that Esau and 400 of the children of the east, these same sons, was coming to meet him, he got afraid. He got terrified because this was his family coming to kill him. Watch this, watch this. And if Jacob wouldn't have struggled with God face to face and undergone a change, he'd have killed Jacob. Because Jacob would have still been up to his old tricks. But when Esau saw Israel, he said, that's not the guy I knew. He even walked different. Y'all missed that. And you just think this is happening in your life just by chance. Nothing happened by chance. Can I go further? This is what's going on in your life so you can understand what's going on. You with me? And please don't take this wrong, all right? Because Debbie came to me and Debbie said this, the Lord